Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Joe with the Clean Marine Power Washing, and today I'm going to show you the most affordable and efficient setup for power washers if you're just beginning, just like I am. No trailers, no crazy equipment, just the basic stuff that you need to start your equipment for the 2026 season that's coming up. Or if you're in Florida or in the southern states in October and you guys are still power washing and you want to start up, this would be the best solution for you. Alright guys, as we begin, I'm not affiliated with anything, I'm not sponsored by anything, nothing. Alright, I'm literally coming at you raw with just beginner basic stuff, okay? But what I will do for you is everything I show, I'm going to show you the roundabout cost that I paid, and I'm going to put links in Amazon for the majority of the stuff in the description. And again, I'm not affiliated, I'm not trying to get money out for anybody, but I'm going to try to help you guys out as much as possible. I'm going to put the links in the description for everything that is on Amazon. Everything else, I'm going to try my best to find a link for it, and I'll show you. But alright, let's get started. Alright guys, now priority, as you guys know, you need a power washer. Now, you can get started with a 2.5 gallon a minute, or I'll give you a story. I went to Harbor Freight for my first power washer. I believe it was a 2.5 gallon a minute. I think I paid around $400 for the thing. But the problem was, when I did my first house wash with it, I struggled really badly and I didn't understand why. And this is why. Right? You guys need a pump. A pump with the quick connects here. Okay? Now, if you're just getting started, meaning no money, no nothing, just to get started, yes, go to Home Depot, go to Lowe's, go to Harbor Freight, and get yourself a basic power washer for your first few jobs. But you need to start saving up money to get something more efficient, because what happens is those power washers that have less power, they take forever, and you don't have the quick connects or the pump, and you have to keep turning the machine off, turning it back on. And then the biggest problem is a lot of them have a soap dispenser, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. They have a soap dispenser on the power washer, which is like right here. And what happens is when you're pulling the water from the line, it goes through the soap and the bleach that you have in there, and it comes through your pump. And you're putting bleach in your pump, and your pump will burn out very quickly. So start off with those things, 1.5, 2.5 gallon a minute if you can, if that's what you can afford, which is fine. But you want to upgrade yourself to a 4 gallon a minute. That is the minimum for actually starting an actual business. 4 gallon a minute machine. Now, I'm going to teach you guys something. This doesn't mean anything, okay? No one cares about 4,200 PSI, whatever, right? This is all that matters. 4.0 gallon a minute. And eventually you can get a 5 gallon a minute, an 8 gallon a minute, 10 gallon a minute. They keep going up. But to start off, again, I've had no problems with my 4 gallon a minute. It does everything I need to. Now this is an Echo, again, 4,200 PSI, 4 gallon a minute machine. I got this from a local lawnmower salesman. And I got it last year, I believe I paid $1,600 for the whole thing. Just the power washer, and it came with a 25-foot hose and this gun right here, which I'll explain that stuff in a second, okay? Now, we're speaking of the power washer. Remember, it has a pump. And the big thing is the quick connects. Everything is out of the machine. All this is doing, water comes through here, goes through the pump, and it comes through here, and you have your quick connects. Everything's here. I have a water bucket from Lowe's, which is blue, and a chemical bucket, which is orange. I'll explain that in a second. Now, every power washer comes with these tips, okay? I never touch the 15. Most people throw the red one away. Never, ever, ever, ever use this, ever, okay? This, if you need to, but the white tip is all you need. The soap tip I never use. Listen, if you see my videos, I never touch any of these. I have my own connectors. Now to my next thing. if you're starting a business, you need to have a surface cleaner. Now, let me be clear. Don't go to Lowe's and Home Depot and get the little 8-inch, 10-inch surface cleaners. Those will not clean anything, okay? You will be on that driveway for hours. And the amount of lines that you're going to leave on that driveway, it's going to look horrible. So, again, grab yourself. This company is amazing. BE Whirlaway. This is a 20-inch surface cleaner, okay? So all this is just like a power washer. It connects to your quick connect and your hose, which you connect over here on the back, okay? You pull the trigger. Now this has 2 tips. I'll show you on the bottom. Now what this does is it spins very fast. I gotta put WD-40 on that and clean the ball bearings out. Good thing I'm making this video so I can remind myself it's filthy under here. But this has 2 power washing nozzles, as you can see here. One there and one there. And it spins very fast. And that breaks up all of the dirt and the grime that's on your ground. Very important. Now, the rule of thumb is for every gallon a minute your power washer is 4 inches to your surface cleaner. Now remember, mine is a 4 gallon a minute. What's 4 times 4? 16. There should be a 16-inch. And I've had a comment before where someone said that they were struggling with a 20-inch surface cleaner with a 4 gallon a minute. I've had no issues. You have to clean your tips out and then replace them regularly. They're very cheap. Like I said, you go to your supply store and you just get the tips for the actual surface cleaner. But again, I've had no problems with the 20-inch with my 4 gallon a minute. This works very efficient. But again, this is a necessity. It's a priority. You need that if you're doing a power washing company. Don't be the guy that's using the wand, and for TikTok, he likes to make his little lines on the ground. Let me tell you, when that dries, I laugh at those TikTokers. When I see those videos, when all that dries, the amount of lines that are all over that concrete, they're definitely getting called back to do that job again, because you cannot be efficient making lines. Now, yes, you've seen me in my videos do a little subscribe, whatever in the line, but I come right back over it with the surface cleaner and the sodium hypochlorite, and that is bright, okay? Just a little tip for you guys. Moving on. We're gonna go for hoses now. Okay, so the power washing industry standard, now a lot of guys, they got me on it. There's a company called Flexzilla, okay? If you can see that, Flexzilla, okay? This is the industry standard. It's 3/4 inch hose. So this is Flexzilla. This is 100 feet. I believe that's $100 for the 100 feet for the Flexzilla hose. I've had no problems. I don't need any more than that. Most houses have their the spigot in the front of the house, and I had a video a couple houses ago where the spigot was in the back. Again, you just pull your truck or whatever you have, your trailer, to the right spot, and you connect your water hose to the spigot, and then you collect the other end to your power washer, okay? So again, this is 3/4 inch. When I first started, I bought 5/8 inch Flexzilla hose. I have it over there somewhere. That's like a spare, just in case this blows. Again, always have spares of your hoses. They will blow. So again, 3/4 inch Flexzilla hose. Now here is, this stuff is not cheap. This is the unmarked power washing hose. I got 100 feet of it. Okay, this stuff is heavy duty. This was expensive. I'm not gonna lie to you. 100 feet of this, I believe it was like $150, $200, just for 100. Now I'm using 100. If you see my videos, I've used 125 feet. This power washer came with a 25 feet hose. My first hose I ever did, I used the 100 feet. I didn't have any extra, and it was a nightmare because I ran out of hose. I was in the front of the house, and I couldn't get to the back of the hose. No matter which side I went around, I couldn't get to the back of the house with the hose. I freaked out, and I didn't know what to do, so I had to tell the customer. I had to go to the store and figure it out. Let's just say that it wasn't a pretty situation. Get yourself enough hose. So this is 100 feet. I've done enough jobs now where I am still in the basics. I haven't upgraded my equipment. The money's just sitting in the bank account, which is stupid. But one tip for you, do not get 200 feet of straight hose, okay? Get two 100-foot separate hoses, and then you want to connect them if needed. If you get 200 feet, too many guys are complaining that if you get 200 feet, it's too much pressure on one hose and it blows out. Okay, this is expensive hose. I've used this for 4 months. It is not even frayed, nothing. This has been so reliable for me, okay? So again, this is unmarked hose. I don't know the name of it. I don't even know if there is a name. I could try to get it for you guys. Now, I don't have expensive trailers or anything yet. Again, this is the basics. I bought these on Amazon. These are little hose wheels. Now, they're a pain in the ass, okay? They only hold, it says 150 feet. That's fake news. These hold about not even 100. This is just on there, spun. And this is a regular garden hose, backyard hose holder for the hose reel. Again, it's cheap. This was $34. I think this was $100, which is expensive. But again, I've had jobs where I didn't have hose reels, and I would sit there for literally 45 minutes after the job was done, just taking my equipment and spinning it up, and then putting it in little circles, and then throwing it in the back of the truck. It looked very unprofessional, very basic, and it was exhausting. This is a very labor-inducing job. It doesn't look like it, but my back was killing me for days every time I had a job, and I would regret it, and I was like, oh, I need to get some hose reels. So this is what I have, and that's what I have for that hose reel. The 25-footer, I still string that up over there. All right, so now we're going to move to a gas can. You definitely need a gas can. I have a 2.5 gallon right here. Again, this is efficient. Guys, when I fill this up, I don't know how much gallon, I think it's 1 gallon that's in here. This will run for an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes on 1 tank of gas. That's how efficient this thing is. I love this. It's got a, coming back to the power washer, but it's got a GX390 Honda engine. It's a pull cord. It's not a key start or button start. Anything Honda is what you want. Anything that says Honda will run and last for ages. Those are the best in the business. Business standard, gold standard, Honda. All right. Anything with a Honda, I think there's a Simpson, another brand you can get a Honda. Okay. Back to the chemicals. All right. So here is the basic chemicals that I use. All right. So go to your local pool store. You want to get liquid pool shock. This is 1 gallon. Okay. I think 4 gallons right now in a box of this stuff is, I think, $33 now. I think the price went down a little bit. But here's the standard. You can go to Walmart. I think they have the 10%, but anything 12.5%. You see it here, active ingredient, sodium hypochlorite. This is what you want. This is just 1 gallon. When I do a house wash, I put about 4 to 5 gallons of this in a bucket, and I downstream it. I'll explain downstreaming in a couple minutes, but you need liquid pool shock. You cannot wash a house. Do not be one of those guys who says, oh, I just use water to clean a house. Water will not clean your house. It's not going to get the green off. It's not going to do anything, all right? Don't be the guy that says, I don't use chemical. I've seen YouTube videos where I'll power wash a house and you don't need chemical. You need chemical. You need the bleach. That's the only thing that's going to clean the house. You'll be there for days just trying to rinse it with water. It does not work. It does not work. And I'm going to say it again. Just water does not work. Get yourself the sodium hypochlorite. You need that. Moving on. While you're cleaning, you need a commercial grade surfactant. A surfactant is a soap. This is Eliminator. This stuff is magic. I think 4 gallons of this on Amazon is $100. Again, guys, this stuff's expensive, but this is what's going to clean the house, and it's worth it. And the Eliminator, you only need a drop, and it lasts forever. I'm still on my second bottle, 4 months into the business. I'm only on my second bottle. Look, that's how much is left. It lasts forever. So $100 investment needed. So the surfactant, when you spray the house, the vinyl siding here, what happens is if you just use the bleach is just going to run off the house and it doesn't stay. This what makes it stick to the house. Also on windows, it is incredible. I don't know what's in it. When you mix that with the sodium hypochlorite on windows, it just makes everything spotless. So get yourself a commercial grade surfactant, okay? Now, this is something that I stopped using, but if you want to try it, it's up to you. This is $1 at the dollar store. It's called LA Awesome. Now, it's awesome if you know how to use it. If you see one of my videos, another video in my past, I stripped the gutters, the paint right off the gutters with this stuff because I had no idea what I was doing. And I'm going to admit that once more time, I had no idea what I was doing. Now I know, after I had to pay $2,000 for my mistake with my insurance, you need to mix that 10-to-1 solution. 1 capful per 10 parts of water if you're going to use that ever. But if you know how to use that properly, that'll clean your gutters and make them spotless. But I use another chemical that's safer and hasn't done me wrong yet. All right, there's a store called ABOFS, ABOFFS. All right, that's where I buy this from. It's called Chomp, stupid name, but this is what I use to clean gutters. All right, 1 gallon of this I think was $30, but it's still full, and I've cleaned like 5 houses with this stuff already. Moving on. There's a company that you all know if you've been watching YouTube along. It's called Southeast Soft Wash. These guys make everything, and honestly, their chemicals are legit. They're expensive, but they do the job, and they're very good. So this is the Wood Wizard. I have actually a house wash on Monday, and their deck is disgusting. So I'm going to do a video on using this. This will brighten, wood cleaner, and restore. So this will brighten the wood. I think this was like $40 for that gallon. If you have brickwork, sometimes there's calcium all over the brickwork. There's this white stuff all over the brick that will not come off with anything. You need an acid. This is called F9-Efflow. It's efflorescence and calcium remover, ideal for concrete coating prep. Cleans concrete, brick, tile, grout, stone, and more. You need PPE when you use this. That's proper protection. Okay, you need gloves and a mask. This is acid. But if you watched another video of mine, I did clean some bricks, and this stuff, it foams up the calcium, and you just wash it off. Great product. I believe that was $40. And in here, I haven't used this yet. I haven't gotten a job for it. This is graffiti remover. F9 bark, battery acid restoration cleaner. Now, it sounds scary and crazy, but this is graffiti remover, okay? Read the directions and how it works, but this is your graffiti remover, F9 bark, okay? This was another, I think, $40. Okay, now we're gonna move on to my hoses and attachments. These are necessary for your job. Now, I do have a pricing guide where I show you guys how to use Redfin and Google Earth, but to do concrete work, I got this on Amazon. It's a wheel, and this is how you measure. If you can see here, as I'm wheeling, the number's going up. You do length times width, and you get your square footage of whatever surface you're doing. And I do have a video on pricing guide. Go watch that. I explain how I price my stuff. When you're walking around the house, this is necessary. This is painter's tape. You can use frog tape, also the green stuff. I just like this the big one, this painter tape. Now when you're walking around houses, you're gonna see electrical outlets like this. Now this one is secure, it's in a box, but still, I've seen people burn these out. If the sodium hypochlorite drips in here and gets somewhere in a leak, let's say you don't see a crack or something, it'll burn it out. You take your tape and you put a piece of this tape on top of this, and this is what's gonna block the sodium hypochlorite. It works very efficient and very good. Get a roll of this. This is cheap, okay? When you're putting your hoses and everything on, you need plumber's tape. Watch a YouTube video on how to properly put this on, all your fittings. You need plumber's tape. It's just like you're a plumber. You're working with hoses and pipes here, okay? You need plumber's tape. This is necessary. This is a great brand right here. It's called Mega Tape. I only use this brand. It's amazing. WD-40. Very good. This will clean. This was all green at one point. I used WD-40. Also, the ball bearings on all your equipment. All your quick connects have ball bearings in them, okay? If you hear that. They have ball bearings. This one needs to be sprayed. I never sprayed that. But this will make them loose again and make your fittings all connect. These are my guns. I haven't used this one yet. This is my spare. This was very expensive for a spare. This is my baby right here. She's filthy, but that's because she's been working, okay? This is a SG S28. It says 28 MPa, 4060 PSI. It's for, it goes up to 4 to 12 gallon a minute machine. This is gonna be made in Italy. A few Italians out there, okay? But this is my gun. Again, I use my Quick Connects here. This thing is my bread and butter. I love this thing. And what I do, I bought this on Amazon. It's my Super Shot, right? It has a Super Shot and it has an X-Jet nozzle on it. So if you see here, there's a fan tip. Now if I open this up, you could see here it opens up. That'll give me a Super Shot. That's a straight shot that goes as high as 40 feet if there's no wind. And if you, I'm doing this with one hand, I apologize. If you do that, it's a fan tip. So when I apply soap with my nozzle, I basically go back and forth, and it gives me a huge degree fan tip. Almost like a, I gotta say, like 50-degree fan tip. So all you do is, again, with Quick Connects are a necessity. All right, you cannot have a power washer with the Quick Connects, and I'll explain the Quick Connects in a second. But with the Quick Connects, if I can do this with one hand, I don't think I can. So hang on. So with the Quick Connects, again, you see me. You can just quickly, boom, connected. Switch to my Quick Connects, boom. That's how efficient the Quick Connects are. Okay. Now, these are a necessity. You need these Quick Connects. These are on Amazon. I'll get you a link. I've never used this. That's why it sounds like that. Okay, this is the female end, and this is the male end. And again, you need to buy these for your equipment and buy many extras. Now I'm going to show you something. If you can see that inside there, there's a rubber a gasket, an O-ring. If you guys can see in there, these blow out all the time. If you're cleaning and you see water shooting everywhere from one of your connections, like your Quick Connects, that means the O-ring blew out. But simple solution. You don't got to go to the store and go to the mechanic and then change your equipment out. Buy O-rings. I got a whole bunch of them. When your things blow out, you turn the power washer off. I have a video where it happened to me. Water was shooting everywhere. I had to turn my machine off. You take a pick, you take the old one that's been shot out, and you put the new one in, and boom, you're back to cleaning again. I'll put the link for these in the description. There's like 100 of them in here, all right? You need these. So Quick Connects, here's my J-Rod. J-Rods are everything. I don't use these tips anymore. I only use my J-Rod, okay? I think this was like 45 bucks. Don't mark me on that, I could be wrong. I'll put the link in the description. But you have a shooter tip, soap tip, shooter tip, and a soap tip. Now, when I rinse, this is my priority number one rinsing tip. This shoots so much water and so fast. This is my priority rinsing tip, but this is a shooter tip too for water. Again, J-Rod. You don't need these colored tips anymore. I never use them. If I'm gonna do anything, use my J-Rod. I'll put the link in the description. Very, very necessary. Okay? Now, there's another, instead of using the J-Rod or my X-Jet with the shooter tip, Here is the actual X-Jet. Now, this is your X-Jet. Now, when you buy this, it's about $150 for this and the long tube. The way this works is there inside of here is a tip. Oh, sorry, you're kind of showing you. Inside of here is a tip. All right, now it comes with different connections that you can change the sodium hypochlorite percentage with the clip that goes inside of here. Now, if you leave it empty with no clip inside of it, which I have done, the max you're gonna get out of this is a 3% mix, which is perfect for concrete or post-treating your concrete. And the way this works, which is the annoying part, sorry, I got everything in here, is you'll take, let's say I had my chemical in this bucket. It sucks, but you gotta carry the bucket, and then this attaches to your hose, your gun. And just like the thing I told you about the fan tip, now whatever, let's say you have straight 3 gallons of bleach in there, this is only going to give 3% max, because water is shooting in here and it's pulling the bleach, but it's only going to let you do 3%. Honestly, 3% is perfect for stucco. Sorry, my hat's like all over the place. Stucco, brick, concrete, definitely concrete. You're not going to wash Russo. Russo are 5 to 6% mix, and you're going to need something stronger. I do have something. I'll show you that at the very end. Okay, so that's your X-Jet. Again, that is $150. Moving on. This is everything. This is your moneymaker. This is your downstream injector. This, for every beginner power washer, is a priority. You need to buy this, okay? They're not cheap, but what you do is they come like this, okay? I'll give you the link in on Amazon. This is a 2.3% downstream injector. This is a 2.1 downstream injector. Yes, it looks like crap because I've been using the hell out of this thing. I just replaced it. It still works. I had to put WD-40 and clean this. But I just replaced it with this. This is a 2.3. I went from a 2.1. So what happens is, and yes, this is the bottom. I have a fishing weight with a zip line. So what you do is on your pump, if I can do this with one hand, bear with me. Okay. So what you do is you connect it like this. So just like I was telling you with the X-Jet, instead of you putting it in a bucket, okay, water's coming in here, going through the pump, and water's coming out. The sodium hypochlorite is not touching the pump at all. This tube right here, when you put it in a bucket, boom, it sinks to the bottom. It sucks up all of the bleach. It sucks up the bleach, and you're getting a 10-to-1 solution coming out of this, okay? It's about a 1.25% of bleach. I have never had a problem cleaning anything from a house with this solution with my downstream injector. The difference between a 2.3 and 2.1, it just sucks in a little bit more bleach. Now, the problem with these things is make sure when you buy them, it says here 5 to 8 gallon a minute machine. I have a 4 gallon, but look at that. I just pulled the O-ring out of my, as I'm explaining this video. How perfect is that? So look, the O-ring, this is the O-ring. It just pulled out of here. And look, it's destroyed. So I'm gonna replace that off camera, but good timing for that. But this is your downstream injector. You need this. I think these are like for 2 of them. I bought 2 of these, I think for, I'm not even sure. This one though is a little expensive. And all you do is you take your quick connects, okay? You put one on this side, and then you put one, and then the female side on that side. And then boom. Use plumber's tape, put it on, connect it. It's backwards. You connect it, and then you get this, okay? Necessary, you need this. This is a priority. This will make you more money than you need. You don't need anything crazy, no fanciness. Downstream injector will clean anything, okay? moving on to the downstream ejector, your ball valve. Now, this is a DN10 ball valve. Do not get anything else. This is on Amazon. These are about $80. DN10, these things are necessary. What this does is when you connect it to your hose, as I can show you here, you connect it to your hose, right? You can turn this valve here, and you can shut the water down on the hose, and you can switch your hose. You can switch from your gun to your surface cleaner or anything else you have without turning the machine off. Now, if you know a power washer, if you don't have these things, you can't take anything off the hose or else it'll just blow, okay? The hoses will blow up on you. So this makes it easy to turn the water off, and then you can switch connections. I also added a swivel. So if you guys are actually washing, you know what I'm talking about, your line keeps getting twisted. Oh. Okay. So that should not have happened on camera. About to do a maintenance thing, but this, what does it twists, okay? So it basically makes sure that the line, if you guys fish, you know what I'm talking about, just make sure that nothing gets twisted up, okay? Okay, so that is your ball valve. Okay, so moving on, turbo nozzle, okay? This was my first turbo nozzle, okay? So what these do is they, at a high pressure, it spins in a circle like a hurricane. This will blast grime, anything off of concrete in 2 seconds. They're extremely powerful. Do not touch the house, vinyl, anything soft. You will blow a hole in. This is stupid powerful, okay? Be careful, but this is a turbo nozzle. You need one of these. These are expensive, but these are necessary again, okay? This is just a smaller version of it. What else we got here? I just got a regular hose. Let's say I have overspray and I need to clean up something. I just use this and I spray the overspray on the regular hose. This is necessary. These are very important. I have a 2 gallon a minute pump sprayer. This is how I apply the chemical. This is how I apply the wood. This is how I apply the calcium remover, graffiti remover if I needed to. Get yourself a 2 gallon or 1 gallon if you're just starting out, a pump sprayer. I went to Ace Hardware. I got this thing for like 45 bucks. This thing is very efficient. It's very awesome. It's very good. Just make sure you clean it out after every use. Okay, and then the last thing I want to show you, my second video that I ever made, I built this. It's a North Star soft wash sprayer. Now, I'll be honest with you, I made it. I'm yet to use it because I don't think I needed it yet. But if you're washing roofs, you have the ability to make your own chemical mix in here. This was $500. All right, now if you're washing roofs, you just strap this in the back of your truck, and then you put your, let's say you're washing a roof for 6% mix, and you put 10 gallons of bleach, 10 gallons of water, boom. It comes with a pump, your hoses. Watch my second video if you're interested in this thing. I show you exactly how to put this together, put the hoses together and how it works. But this is very efficient for roof washing before you buy the whole thousands of dollar soft wash setup. So plans for the future, I am looking into buying a trailer, and I'm going to upgrade my equipment. I thought the season was over. I actually got a job on Monday, so stand by for that video. The house is filthy. The brickwork and the ground, the concrete is black. I'm actually really excited to watch that. I have a deck also in the backyard, but that's gonna be a good video. And the last thing I'm gonna show you guys that you guys wanna pick up is a leaf blower. This is an electric DeWalt. It's good, but the batteries burn on these things like quick. Not efficient for big jobs, especially when I'm doing pavers and blowing all the stuff off. The batteries burn too quick. So I'm actually looking into getting a gas leaf blower. But I mean, that's it, guys. So the basic equipment in here, I mean, if I had to put a price on what I paid for everything here, max maybe This was like 450 bucks, 1600. With the hoses, 100. You're looking at about $2,500 for most of my stuff, and I just buy things as I need. Different kind of brooms. I didn't even talk about my big hose, my big gun here. This came with the power washer, but you know, you switch off with these for what you need them for. Gloves. I went to Harbor Freight. I got like $300 worth of. I'm sorry, 300 gloves for like nothing. There's 50 gloves in a box. I wear them in every job because when the sodium hypochlorite touches your hands, your hands just dry up and they look like crap. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's my equipment. For any beginner, this is the most basic stuff. No trailers, no trucks. I have a Ram 1500. It's a V6. It's not a heavy-duty truck, but I put all the stuff in the back of the truck, and it's efficient. It works for me. But the season, at the end of the season next year, it is a pain to put all the stuff back in and clean up and everything else. So next year we're looking for a trailer, and we're gonna be more efficient. But this is it. This is all you need to start a power washing business. I've been in business for 4 months now, and I think I've made $7,000. Not a lot of money. Again, marketing, everything, and I came in at the end of the season, so I'm trying to fight my way up. But I just got 2 jobs. I got a job Monday, and I got another job on Thursday. So hey, we're in business still. And stand by, I got another follow-up video. I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to be doing in the fall time. It's still like 85 degrees right now on Long Island. It's October 4th. I mean, the weather's still nice, but it's about to drop pretty soon. But I got another gig lined up, and like a couple weeks from now, I'm going to have a video. I'm going to show you guys that. And I'm actually going to update you, make another video on what it's like, the good, bad, ugly on starting a pressure washing business in 2025. So I appreciate you watching. I hope you learned something, and I hope that makes sense. I really do. But that's it, guys. One more look. Right? Any questions about anything I explained here, just drop it in the comments. I'm going to put everything in the description that I can. That's in an Amazon affiliate link. I'm not affiliated with anything. I'm just saying Amazon link. But all right, I appreciate you watching. Out.